Hi everyone and welcome to my channel. My name is Carly and you're watching Sewscape. Today's video I'm going to be showing you everything that I made in the month of March. In March I had really big sewing plans. I felt so much inspiration and it actually fell short a little bit. I didn't do everything that I was planning on making this month. I diverted my plans a little bit. I just got too excited by some fabric. So the first thing that I ended up making this month was actually from the February issue of Burda Style. Most of my makes come from Burda Style, the majority do, so everything that I made this month came from different Burda Style magazines. So I started off by making this February 2023 top. So it was a top with these cutouts. It said it was like a 1-dot pattern, so it's supposed to be really easy. I had great intentions. I thought it's a tiny little jersey crop top, no sleeves. It's gonna take me like an hour. And it actually really took me quite a long time. I was having a lot of trouble with my twin needle. I broke like 3 of them. So I ended up having to go to the next town over, buy a new twin needle to be able to finish my tops. So I made one in white that was actually unwearable because I interfaced all the edges and it just did not turn out. So I made it again in this raspberry colored bamboo jersey and it worked out a bit better. The only problem is when I was binding the cutouts, I didn't have enough tension where I was overlapping the 2 edges of the cutout. So they do kind of tend to flip over, which drives me crazy. I'm wondering what I can do to do this without cutting off these binding and reattaching a different binding. So I'm thinking maybe if I like add some elastic to like increase that tension on the inside or something, but I'm not sure. Let me know in the comments section down below if you guys have any tips or tricks how I can fix this without ripping it out and starting all over again. So that was the first thing I made this month. And then I was on a bit of a jersey kick because someone in one of my previous videos commented, don't use a twin needle, just go out and buy the new elastic thread. I was like, elastic thread, that's crazy. So I was at just Walmart. I didn't even have to go to the next town over and they had the elastic thread there. They had very limited colors. So I think they had like white, black, maybe a blue, maybe something crazy like an orange or something. And so I picked up the white and the black to take home and try out here. And so I sewed up this jersey top 118. So it's a crop style wrap over tie shirt. And I made it out of this thrifted spandex blend. As I was cutting it out, it was really late at night and it was dark. And I realized that there had been like maybe bleach spilled on it, like in its previous owner. Something had been made out of it already. And there were like kind of these discoloration marks all the way through the fabric that looked kind of that bluey, bleachy on the black spandex. So I was pretty upset. I'm like, should I even finish this? This is crazy. It's not going to be that cute. But I persevered and I finished it and it's actually adorable. I've worn this a ton since I made it. The problem is I didn't have enough fabric to do the full length wraparound on both sides. So what I did is on the side that it's supposed to tie over to, the side that kind of is on top, lays on top, I only did a short tie on that side and then a long tie on the other side that would have to come through the side and go back around and then meet and tie on the side here. And then I made it work. I feel like maybe the ties are even a little long now, so I tie them in a bow. But I love this top. I can't wait to make it again. I'm for sure gonna make it again. The changes I'll make to this pattern is I'm gonna lengthen the sleeves a little bit because I almost always have to wear this one rolled up because it's too cropped of a sleeve. I don't know how long the sleeves are supposed to be, or maybe if I cut them shorter because I didn't have enough fabric. That actually might be why they're short. Either way, this is a great make. I've got tons of wear out of it. And I feel like it's a crop top without being like too cropped. Mine might seem a little bit more cropped because if you have that full length of those ties, you can even wrap it down further around yourself and get a little bit more coverage if you don't want like any stomach showing or anything like that. But I'm okay with a little bit. So I've been wearing it like that, and I think it is so cute. I feel like it, even as far as like a wrap top goes, it has really good coverage, and I feel like I'm not like spilling out of it as someone like who does have a chest, and wrap stuff sometimes likes to split apart. And I know in the magazine it says like add a snap here. I didn't add a snap, and I feel like I don't need to. Everything feels really secure with the jersey and the way that it ties. So I love this. I'll for sure make it again. I give this one a 5 out of 5. Maybe a 4.5, but it would have been a 5 if I had enough fabric to make it correctly and that the fabric wasn't bleach stained. So after those two makes, I made my dress from the March issue of Burda Style. So this was my Burda for Beginners episode. So I did a 2-part episode on this. One that was my cutting out of the fabric and the pattern and the tracing and everything, and one was actually sewing the dress. So in the Burda for Beginners, I was like, oh, this is fine. This is just a 2-dot, or it was a 3-dot pattern, but I thought that was because of the trim that it would be 3 dots. Turns out like it was actually pretty difficult. I just found with the way you had to construct everything and the amount of hand sewing. So if you guys did that and you're a beginner, good for you, amazing. I'm glad I made it. I think it is really cute. I love the princess seams. I love this fabric. As far as colors go, I feel like because I'm like dark, but then also quite light, I kind of can dress as a winter or I can dress as a summer, depending on how light my hair is and how much contrast I have in my face. So I feel like this pattern and this color of this dress is definitely very winter, so I can wear this more in the winter. And I fully lined it so I can wear it with tights, and I feel like the fit is perfect. So I love this dress. The only thing is, because I did a lined skirt as well, because the fabric was a little sheer, it feels a little bit bulky where those two kind of gathered pieces come together. So maybe if I was to make it again, I wouldn't fully gather the lining, or I would gather it less, like almost measure my hip measurement with a little bit of ease, and then just gather that down to match my waist measurement so it wasn't so bulky. But I feel like it's fine. Honestly, I like the idea of like a nice, really tight fitted, not really tight, but fitted top going into a nice kind of poofy skirt at the bottom. It really accentuates the tininess of the waist, and I feel like the princess seam, they go over the curves of the body really nicely. So I love this dress, and I would give this pattern, I would give it a 4.5. Actually, maybe a 5 out of 5. It was really good. I want to make it in a different fabric that is more summery going into this next season, because I feel like the one that I made is pretty wintry. And then the last thing that I worked on this month was a pajama set. So the pajama patterns that I used were not from any recent Burda Style issues. I used the pajama pants that were in the January 2023 issue. So they were in the curvy section, so they kind of the 44 to 54 size range, and I made a size 46. They are beautiful, amazing. I love these pajama pants. I'll keep this pattern forever, and I think this is gonna be my go-to pajama pant. It sits perfectly at my waist. The rise is great. The slant pockets are perfect. Even if you make it in a really lightweight fabric like I did, you can still put your phone in your pocket and it's secure enough and doesn't look too crazy. So I've made this pattern before a couple months ago, but I made it as short, so I didn't do any of the piping. I didn't do the kind of ankle cuffs. So I took my time and did all that piping, and I really love how it turned out. I used this thrifted cotton rayon blend, pastel-y flowers. I think it's perfect for this time of year, perfect for Easter. We're going on a little vacation, so I can't wait to wear these while I'm gone. The coverage is really nice. They're a little see-through, but they're really great for this time of year where you want to wear like full pants when you sleep, but not be too hot. And then the top that I used, I believe came from the December 2022 issue of Burda Style. I made my whole family matching pajamas a couple years ago, and so I had the top all traced out. It's supposed to be long sleeve, but when I had traced it, I had made it a t-shirt, and that was perfect for this because I wanted them to be more spring pajamas. So I made, I believe I made a size 40. It fits great. I really fit more into a 42 right now, but this is oversized. There's no darts or shaping in it. So it worked out really great. I used some thrifted buttons for it. So the only thing that I really had to purchase new for this fabric or for this project was the piping. And it was the first time doing piping on pajamas around kind of a double, what's that called? When the collars are the collar and lapel, maybe. So I did the piping on those and it worked out really great. I love how this looks. I've probably worn them most of the nights this week, so when I'm showing you this, they might not be the cleanest. They're going in the washing machine right now because we're going on vacation, but I thought, I'll never film this video if these pajamas are in the washing machine. So I love these. I will for sure make these again. These are going to be my go-to pajama pattern. And that is everything that I made in the month in the month of March. I actually made quite a bit. I forgot about the jersey wrap top that I made and the dress, so I thought I had only made the pajamas and the cutout shirt. But that's great. It was a good sewing month and I can't wait to get into next month's issue of Burda Style. I have quite a few sewing plans for that. I hope you guys have the most wonderful rest of your day and I will see you guys next time. Bye-bye.